Got you.
That's
like the members here?
Yeah.
Would you say younger?
Full range. It's one of those things where it's like, your great-grandfather was a member, your father was a member, so you're going to be a member.
So it's like 30 to 50, basically?
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha.
And we've got different levels of membership.
Yeah. And so this club, like what, other than the restaurant, like what is the main offering here?
It is just a private city dining club.
Really?
That is all we have to offer is the meeting rooms and the food. So the food better be good.
Yeah, exactly.
And so was a sous chef for 2 years, and my chef he had some personal issues and whatnot.
Yeah.
And when he decided to step away, my boss took a chance. And since then, we actually took the promotion. That first year was when I met you. Okay. Actually.
Gotcha.
And, started trying to elevate the food a little bit, tried to centralize it, because, it was typical club food, if you will. You know, and nothing wrong with that, but it was like, if all you have to offer is food, you better have something that's got a twist to it.
Yeah.
Did
the members at the time, was it like, why are you changing this?
Yeah. It's been difficult. It's definitely been difficult, They, it's like they have traditions, so it's like, they like their banana pudding and they like their crab cake a certain way, and it was like, why are you changing this? And But fortunately, I had a lot of support, and the members, have come behind me, to support me, and I've got a good boss. He lets me pretty much do what I need to do and what I want to do. Yeah. And that's dope, man. We're actually for the second year in a row now, we just got rated. We're one of 50 platinum dining clubs of the world.
Really?
Yeah. So 50 in the whole world,
Wow.
So that's a pretty nice accolade.
I had no idea that a dining club was a thing.
Yeah. This is where like all the business happens, man.
Yeah. That's where all the money is made.
Yeah. And then on Saturdays everybody gets married, so we do a lot of weddings.
Same thing, members only.
Mm-hmm.
Can get married here, and you're doing weddings on a pretty frequent basis.
Oh yeah, especially after COVID and everything, man. Yeah. Like everybody's getting married.
Yeah,
so it's a wedding a weekend at least,
And then that little hall downstairs is where all the parties are held, or is there different outlets?
Oh, there's different outlets. We'll have to give you a tour when we get out of here, for sure, man. We got a ballroom. We do a lot of big charity balls. We just did one this past September. It was like it's called the Rose Ball, and they raise money to donate to local hospital systems and different charities and stuff. And I think that one was roughly 700 people. So we do big events.
Banquets? Banquet style?
Big banquets. Yeah. But that one was plated.
Okay, got you. So you got a gang of people working here.
Yes and no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my kitchen crew is probably, we've got 15 to 20.
Okay. Got you.
Roughly.
How is that split up, position-wise?
What do you mean?
Like, you have the executive chef. How many sous chefs do you have? How many cooks?
I've got one sous chef.
Okay.
And then
that's great.
Everybody, I've got a pastry chef.
Yeah.
And then, everybody else, line cooks, garde manger, all that stuff.
Heard
a couple
that.
Kitchen stewards. Down to the bottom.
Cool, man. I was talking to somebody the other day about just the single sous chef. That, like, almost doesn't happen anymore. You always have a team.
Yeah.
But honestly, the single sous chef that's key.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we've actually known each other now, it's like 13, 14 years.
Oh, really?
We worked together at 2 previous jobs.
Gotcha. He's your Charlie Apple.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Charlie, by the way.
Shout out to Charles.
But, and I called him up when I was a sous chef. We were looking for a line guy, and, I was like, look, man, this place is different. I was like, you're tired of getting banged up. Quality of life is important. Family time's important. We're doing good food, but you're not working and pushing your face into the dirt at 2:00 in the morning, type thing.
Exactly.
So he came over, man, and he's been my right hand man ever since.
Word. Yeah. So who sets up the events for you? You have like a whole office that does that?
Yeah. We've got 2 ladies that do that for us. Yeah. We have 2 catering ladies.
So they're just giving you BEOs all day.
Exactly.
Like, okay, cool. Same thing in Charter Oak.
Yeah. Battling over the BEOs. Like, put it on the sheet. Put it on the sheet.
Yeah.
But yeah, they anybody from the public can actually come in and do events here.
Oh, really? Okay.
They just have to be sponsored by a member. So that is nice. So we do weddings for people that aren't, affiliated with the club.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It's more of club's been here. It's been established, I think, since like 1934.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Okay. So the ideation of the food, how do you work on the food? Is it just you, or do you involve your team?
I try to involve the team as much as I can.
Yeah.
I think that's important to kind of keep them invested in what we're doing.
Exactly.
And whatnot. And, but obviously, like, I tried to give it a direction, like I said earlier. My style is Southern cooking, even though I'm not from the South. That's just what I've learned.
Gotcha.
So definitely trying to live up to the South and put a spin on it, for sure.
Yeah.
And always trying to learn. I mean, that's hence my trips to California and whatnot.
Yeah, man, that's so dope, because you don't see that. You don't see people staging that are chefs. Usually.
And that's the cool thing, because I love going out there and being like, hey, I'm just one of the guys.
And that's dope. Sometimes you have people that are chefs come on stage and they're like, they don't want to work hard.
No.
It
was intimidating for me.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, because like I said, I wasn't trained. I pretty much had to teach myself, and so it was like, okay, I'm in the big leagues now.
Yeah.
Coming out here and, Castell and everything else at Charter Oak, and it was like, can I hang? In that first year, I mean, I remember pulling up in the parking lot, and I saw you. You were just walking in, and I was like, I was scared shitless.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man, here we go.
Here we go. That's cool, man. Those jitters are nice to have. It's not a fear. It's more of like I don't know.
Sure.
How am I going to do? But that lets you know that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think, me especially, I second guess myself because I don't have that formal training.
Yeah.
So you're always wondering, like, am I doing this right? Is this okay? And everything else,
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, though, it's like the answers are inside. Sure. Like people have been cooking forever.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've been bringing this up a little bit, but, we read books all the time when we're trying to do something. It's like the first guy that did it, how did he do it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With no reference whatsoever. He just made it happen. Like, that's crazy to me.
Sure.
But it's sort of fantastic about where we are in the world right now with food. The fact that you're able to go stage. Yeah. Is that just a vacation that you get every year from the club?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, it's worked out for them, obviously, because we've elevated the food, so, I mean, obviously they're seeing a value in it.
Yeah. Is that why they sent you to CIA? They're just
initially, because the chef before me, like, he'd go out and do some classes at the CIA.
Okay.
But he was in it for the wine and everything else, so you go take a class, and it was like, okay, but I'm in wine country.
Yeah.
So the wine reps would hook you up with, like, tours of places and whatnot, and tastings and whatnot, and so that was the initial thought process, and then I just took it to a whole nother level and was like, hey, if I can get in the back door, I'm going to go in the back door.
Hell yeah. What classes did you take at CA?
My class, it was like a world tour class. It was like one day we did Asian food, one day we did like Italian food, and I was actually the only professional in the class. Everybody else was like, girls' night out at the class type thing.
Okay,
the ladies, it's like, we're in wine country, we're going to go take a class.
All right.
So they were all looking at me like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm just here to learn.
You're like in full chef gear.
Yeah, exactly. And they'd start asking me questions. And I was like, no, I'm not here to answer that stuff. I'm here to learn like
exactly.
you.
I'm not the instructor.
I'm going to defer to the instructors.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's funny.
And whatnot. So, I mean, the California stuff has been really a blessing. And, this year, actually, I'm thinking we're going to try to send my sous chef out there.
Awesome.
To try to, get him in that path and, open his eyes a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's great when you can do that.
Well, I went out this last time, this fourth year, and it was kind of like business. It was like the allure of California was kind of gone because I'd been out every year.
Yeah.
So it's like at Charter Oak, I know where everything is, so it's like you're walking into work again.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're looking around, and like I told him, I was like, the faces had changed, but I mean, I have been impressed with their teamwork and everything. And seeing that place evolve.
Yeah, 100%. You've seen what? Three chefs.
Three chefs.
Yeah, because you staged at the restaurant at Meadowood when I was there.
Yeah. And I
staged again.
I dined with Chef Kat at the Charter Oak. That was the introduction. Was like, I got to meet her, and that was my lunch.
Oh, dope! That's so cool.
And so I was expecting to go out there and stage with her, and then she had stepped down because the baby or whatnot, and and it was like, all right, this Chef David, and that was like announced 2 or 3 weeks before I went out there. I was like, I don't know this guy, he doesn't know me. I was like, here we go, So I mean,
she let me know. She's like, hey, this guy's coming. He's a cool dude. Met him last year. He's staging. Like he's a chef at a restaurant. Basically, she was like don't treat this guy like shit because he's a chef. Like, don't come in here and start being like, all right, get over there. Not that I'm like that, but that was the joke with her. She was just like, he's a chef. Like, don't, you know what I mean?
Don't beat him up too bad.
Don't make him peel potatoes in the corner for fucking all day long. Like, that's not, you know. Yeah. But I feel like staging has gotten easier. Before you staged, it was like you work from fucking 8 in the morning to 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then you were like required to stage for 4 days. But I feel like now it's a little bit more regimented when you get there. It's like we had a system. It was like you come in, you get the tour. They put you with somebody, whoever's the busiest, and then we make sure to put you on every station, sort of thing. And you know, I've been to stages where you just do one thing or stand there and watch.
Yeah, no, you guys did a great job. That first trip, quite literally, I was in every area, you know, from baking bread to every station, you know, and, you know, working your way through the progression of probably what it would have been if I worked there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that was really, really cool. And then, you know, all the years after that, it was nice to step back into it because then I didn't have to go through that process. It was it was like, here, just put them with so-and-so.
Yeah.
And get to work.
Because we knew you. You became a friend. It was
and that was awesome.
I was like, Nathan's coming this year. That's awesome.
Yeah,
you know,
it was great. I mean, especially to be able to come out during COVID. That was crazy. Yeah. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get in. You know, you were like, I don't know if you should come.
I was like, shit's pretty rough out here, bro.
You know, and it was like, well, hey, it's booked, man. If they're going to let me come, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
You know.
I said, whatever, let's do it.
You know? So, I mean, that was really, really cool. And, I mean, with staging, though, I think I wish more places were open to it. Yeah. You know, I think with the changing culture of the restaurant world, I think people are kind of like, why do you want to come work for free?
Yeah.
You know, and this, that, and the other.
I can see that.
I've reached out to some chefs, and they're like, oh, no, we don't do that. And I'm like, I'm not like, you know, we need to pay you if you're coming and only if you're really applying for a position. And I'm like, man, I just want to learn.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, just give me a week of your time and you know, let's go. You know,
I mean, it's good to have other people around that aren't from your kitchen in your kitchen.
Well, I would assume
so. Like, you know, you have a wealth of knowledge that not a lot of people have.
Sure.
You know, and it's like then the younger cooks get to ask you questions.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what do you do? Oh, you cool? You could do that? Like, But the fact that they're telling you no, like...
it's been really weird, you know, and I just think that's just the culture changing, you know, which is a good thing. I mean, I think we came up through the last bastion of, you know, getting yelled at. And you put your head down, yes, chef.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and that's pretty much gone now for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was intense sometimes out in California, but to me that was to be expected. Just with the level of what everybody was doing. You know?
Exactly. It was more of a passion thing, not like I'm going to make these people feel like shit.
Yeah. You know, and so I think the overall restaurant industry is, you know, it's gone through major change. You've seen it, man.
Yeah.
And
what other restaurants would you like to stage at?
Oh, wow.
Like, what's the next California for you?
I think with everything going on, I mean, obviously New York would be really cool.
Yeah,
you know,
where would you stage there?
Oh gosh, wow, I haven't even thought about that.
I went to eat at Co. That was bomb.
Okay,
made me want to stage there.
Yeah.
Chef always talked about Le Coucou.
Okay,
never went there, but definitely want to go there. And I want to go bang at the noodle bar.
Yeah,
the Momofuku noodle bar, just to, you know, because they're like cooking. You know what I mean? And sometimes at Meadowood, like, we would cook, obviously, but there was a lot of like arts and crafts to things too. You know, that sort of like I'm not good at that shit, so it was that was the challenge for me. But
no, Meadowood was amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the meals are absolutely amazing.
Fantastic,
absolutely fortunate. That was another thing. Was a blessing. Was I actually got to dine there. Like 2 or 3 months before they lost it in the fire.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And so it was like, you know, it was funny, you know, I took pictures of my wife in the doorway.
Yeah.
And then they had the pictures after the fire, and the doorway was the only thing, and so we put them up side by side.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you were standing right there, you know.
Yeah. There's a lot of history that place, man, and I was so... I felt so good about the outpour of love from everyone that has been there.
Yeah.
It truly was a fucking special place, and I can't wait, you know, till they rebuild. I'm sure they will.
Yeah. It's coming.
Why wouldn't you?
It's coming.
But, you know, I told Chef, he's like Tupac now at the end of the day. Like, his restaurant burned with 3 stars. Like, you have 3 stars forever now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can't ever take them away from you.
No.
So... it's kind of immortalizing in a way. And, you know, the only reason I'm saying that is because literally no one was hurt.
Sure.
So it's like...
Which was the coolest thing about it.
That was the coolest thing about it, that no one actually got hurt. And, you know, the first thing I said to Chef was, like, at the end of the day, like, no one got hurt, and that was the most important part of a restaurant. Sure. It's the fucking people inside.
Yeah.
Because